Now, culture for a startup could be very different from a government culture. Now, how do you differentiate this, or how do you tell it to the, because the owner doesn't know at times, what culture to maintain. He just wants a person to get his job done.
Yeah.
I mean, in that case, what would be your guidance to these owners who come to you and say that, Desma, I mean, I need your help to build a team to achieve this 20 million target. And the team will be maybe in this composition of, there could be 10 sales guys, there could be some marketing manager, there will be an HR. And in this composition, how do I know what is a good culture? Is it just having great chairs or having just a happy mood? I really don't know.
Having a pool table and
having
a billiards table,
or what is this?
culture.
I don't know. I mean, these are the myths, Okay, I mean, this is the culture in Apple, or which is already marketed. And then you're trying to replicate that in your office or trying to build it. I don't know. I'm just asking you, what is the right culture?
Again, the best part about, again, the beauty of being in HR is most answers are, it depends.
Okay.
So most people, first of all, think culture means having a foosball table, we have a great culture, we have a coffee machine, foosball table, bean bags.
Nice,
this is great,
a coffee shop.
That's not culture. That's like added perks maybe to make it fun or casual or whatever, but that is not culture. Culture is how you want your people to feel when they come into work. That is culture. How do you want your people to feel? So the question is, again, no cookie cutter to say this is a great culture or this is how your culture should be. It's a collaborative process where we talk to the business owner about understanding, how to create an environment that brings the best out of people and makes them look forward to coming to work every day.
I think I think that the hook is that, I mean, how to drive them to the office every day, or at least open that laptop every day to see what's my role and how do I'm progressing towards that end objective of what's the outcome that is expected out of me.
See, true. Everything that you said is true. It's the employee, right? Every morning when that employee wakes up to come to work, they're coming to build your vision and bring your vision into reality.
Because they believe in you.
Yes, but how excited are they? How excited are they to do that for you? That is defined not by the role and the job, but the culture that they get welcomed into. And each person adds to that culture. But the culture is to be not driven, like we say, it should be by design and not by default.
So do communication plays an important role here?
Very important role, and it has to be a communication that is thought through and not, there's many ways of communicating, right? And there's many approaches to communication. You could have a business owner who's working in the business, all the time they're talking to every employee and may feel like they're communicating. But that is one channel of communication, which is in person, one-to-one, but it is very task-oriented maybe, or very transaction-oriented, and not necessarily, talking about the vision. You have to play that communication to help build that culture and reinforce that message constantly.
I'll give one example of mine. Like, how do I don't know whether it's right. Again, now you can correct me because
I will.
You're the subject matter expert. I mean, for me, it's always I believed in aligning the personal goal of any employee with the company goals. Whether he sees there's a growth path here, whether and I've never believed in bossing. I've always believed in hand-holding. So, I mean, we give him a task, or we tell him that this is the outcome of these tasks, and we say, you figure it out. Tell me what help you need from me, tell me. But you come with your ideas, learn from your ideas, keep trying your ideas, and if something if it's working, then good. But if it's not, then you come, let's see what we'll figure it out. And that is the way I create my culture. I mean, of course, I play the stick and carrot approach as well. So where I have to hit, and where I have to be very comforting to them, I do that as well. But at the end of the day, they know that this guy is very clean from his heart. He's a very nice guy, and I never boss like what time you come, what time you go. That's not my style. Get the work done, bro. Now, whether you're working on the hybrid system, whether you're working from home, try to be in touch with the team and get the work done for the day. Because someone is waiting for that end result of yours, what you're supposed to deliver today. And there's a chain, and the relay is going to is waiting if you don't deliver.
Tag team.
I think that there's so many elements to uncover there, right? So you spoke about, I don't boss, I handhold. I think there is a situation where the best, in my view, the best situation is where you create a structure, a framework for people that don't even need hand holding.
Okay.
You know, you allow them to thrive. You give them the wings, and then you allow them to thrive, right? Sometimes you have to be more directional. Sometimes there is time and space to be more kind of, you can play around a little bit, try a little different things. You know, so there's no one size fits all, but the objective is always to find people that are willing to go the extra mile, and then you create the environment that allows them to go the extra mile. And then if something doesn't work, don't blame them for it, support them through it. You know, allow people to make mistakes as well, because that's how everyone will learn. And, you know, none of us have all the right answers anyways, right? That's number one. Number two is you talked about aligning personal goals with the company goals. Yes, I think more than goals, I think it's aligning values, which is more important than goals. You know, because the goal of a person might be different, but if he can identify with the values, like you said, if they see that you have a clean heart, you're coming from a good place, I will follow your vision and I will help you deliver your vision, right? Even maybe our goals don't quite align like for like, but I believe in you so much that I want to help you move forward.
So adding to that, it means managers and leaders should be inspirational?
100%. And you know, it's interesting that you brought that up, because it just reminds me of this conversation I had with a client yesterday, a very successful business, and he said one very interesting thing. He said, you won't believe it, but we don't have senior HR in the business. And I smiled, and he said, because I believe management is the responsibility of every manager or leader in the organization. Management is not outsourced to HR. HR gives you the framework to be able to operationalize, but you know, you can't outsource people management to HR. That is a line manager function.
Yeah. And what he said was, we have every people management is a manager's responsibility. Like, management is not just a manager is not just a delivery of the function. It is the people that deliver that function. Therefore, manage the people and the function will be delivered, you know. So that is your vehicle, that is your capital, that is your resource that you have to use.